Hey, what's up guys? Rob here from the Beard Club, and today we are filming episode 10 of Before the Beard, and we are talking with Sebastian Aliberti of Sebastian's Barbershop in Tarrytown, New York.
What's up, man?
Sebastian,
how are you?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you again. It was a pleasure, man.
I think the last time we saw each other was on the beach.
Yes.
Which is a good time.
It was awesome. We ran into each other with our families, got to meet each other.
Yeah.
It was awesome, yeah.
Great time. All right, Sebastian, I need a little trim up.
Awesome, you came to the right place.
Can you do something with this? Make me look good?
Yeah, of course.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been a barber? When did you get started?
This video is powered by the
PT45. I've had this razor for a long time and there's a ton of features I really like about it. Titanium blades, disregard. The battery life is absolutely insane on this thing. As you can see here, I'm playing with the weight and the balance of the razor. It feels really good in the hand. You can tell it just really flows and cruises through the beard. I don't have to worry about going too deep or not going deep enough.
I opened the shop about 10 years ago now. I used to be an electrician.
Really?
Yeah. I was on the job sites every morning, you know, rain, snow, sun.
Oh.
It was awesome. I learned a lot of life traits through it, a lot of life experiences, but I always felt like something was always missing every day, right?
Yeah.
Just like a level of creativity and so forth. I come from a long line of people in this industry.
Really?
I have uncles who are barbershops in Italy. They came here, they opened up barbershops here. And my mother's a hairstylist, so it was always in my family. It's not something that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I just woke up one morning and I felt like I needed a new challenge.
So how did you not go straight into the barber world?
I just really never thought of it. You know, I mean, it was always on my mind.
Even though your entire family?
Yeah, because, you know, I had gone to college. I just never really crossed my mind. I mean, it was always on my mind. I just really never crossed my mind to do it until I was deep in it. And I'm like, you know, I guess it was the late 2000s, you know, and the hairstyles were changing. That more like gentleman's cut, you know, was coming out. And it just kind of drew me in a little bit. I think that's what it came down to. I ended up at Capri Cosmetology, you know, in Rockland County, and the rest is history, man.
Wow.
That's it. People that I speak to, you know, most people that I spoke to as I started in this, the old school Italian guys kind of followed the same path as me. Construction to hairstyling, yes. Huh. So it's not something that's really out of the norm.
Interesting.
To be honest with you, yeah.
And I guess you just get kind of burnt out, and then you just want to go back to something.
You kind of have something inside of you that is kind of like, oh, you know, I want to do something a little more creative, you know, and that's what comes out. Yep.
So then you went to trade school, and then came out, and then did you open Sebastian's right away, or was it a process? Like, how did you find your way here?
I had gone to trade school, and then I had worked at a salon because I was licensed to do men and women hair. So I was doing a little coloring, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I just felt like there was a market for just old school barbershops, right? Like the barbershop that your grandfather used to walk into, with the shaves, you know. And I feel like we lost a little bit of that in the 70s and 80s. Everything was very unisex, you know. It was very salon, you know, with the long hair.
I would say everything kind of went like sort of modern and crazy cuts, right?
Yeah. So I sort of felt this people wanted a little bit of an old school shop back, and it was always on my mind. And then I found this spot. It was an old school Cuban guy who used to own this, and he was ready to retire, and I found it, and I remodeled it, but I wanted to keep a little bit of a contemporary vibe, but still keep that old school vibe.
Yeah.
It was well received in town, and here we are.
10 years, and then now you have.
Later, here we are.
And now you have multiple shops, right?
Now we have, so I had bought another shop, you know, in Hastings, and then I guess it's just a natural thing. I started getting into restaurants. I started getting into the hospitality business, you know.
And now, where did that? Now, was there anything? Was there anyone in your family, in your lineage, that were in the food industry? Like, where did that come from?
I have cousins who own restaurants all throughout, you know, kind of lower New York State.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's also in my family. So I grew up going.
Yeah.
I grew up. I mean, I'm Italian American, so I grew up around food. I have passion of food.
I would say I would love to open a restaurant just to eat.
So that's something that.
I mean, just to eat food, I'm in.
I got you, man. Yeah. So, you know, just being in town, you know, cutting people's hair every day. people
Yeah, you
would
get
say,
hungry.
hey, and then people would tell me what we could use in town. Hey, it'd be great here, like a taco shop. A friend of mine actually used to own a restaurant in the city, and he came up, he's like, listen man, I want to do something in Westchester. I pitched the idea to him, and we just created something called the Taco Project.
You guys have done real well with Taco Project, right?
Yeah.
Run some awards. I mean, how long has it been since you guys have opened that up?
We've been around now for about 7 years. I had opened the shop now for about 11 years, and then that kind of transitioned into that. We're opening up our 5th and 6th of restaurants in Stamford and Coral Springs, Florida. So we're expanding out of New York State now. You know, we're gonna see where that takes us. You know, we're gonna see if our concept could handle it out of New York.
Yeah.
That's yeah. So I was inspired by my trips out to SoCal. I gotta be honest with you, some San Diego trips.
Right.
Some taco carts and so forth. And that's it, you know? So I guess, you know, the moral of the story is one thing can always lead to another.
So many people now, with what's happened in these past 2 years, have wanted to start their own business or be their own boss. They don't want to be tied down. What do you think it was that you found that helped you go from one business to the other to the other? Because some people would say like, oh, you have 2 successful barbershops. Why do you need a taco shop? Like,
yeah.
So what was it for you
that?
that?
You just get these ideas in your head and they just start building up, you know? But being an entrepreneur is very addictive, okay? Once you're there and you see your creation just being put to, you know, you see your creation and you see people actually enjoying your creation, it becomes so addictive. Like, wow, I opened this barbershop and people really enjoy it. I've been winning awards. I have another idea, you know? And it's gonna happen. It's gonna naturally happen. And my advice would be just kind of not to ignore it. You know, if you have a good idea and you have a concept, anything's possible.
Yeah.
You know, anything's possible.
Wow.
And just give your heart and soul to it, and there's a really high likelihood it's gonna succeed. Yeah.
What's next up for you? You're opening a couple more shops.
Yeah, thinking about maybe opening up a shop in Palm Beach County, Florida.
Nice, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
man. So I'm thinking about going down there. You know, we'll do something right near the Taco Project, kind of follow the same structure as we have here.
Yeah.
See if we're well received down there as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's kind of the plan.
All right. Sebastian, thank you. Always a pleasure. Thank you for having us in Baiting.
Of course, man.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right, guys, follow at Sebastian's Barbershop and follow at the Taco Project. They're here in Tarrytown, New York, and we'll see you on the next one.